What's good, you guys? You know who it is, man. It's your boy, Mr. Relentless Lex, and I'm back like I never left this mother. Yes, Sirski. All right, so, man, we got... this is a crazy video. It said, here's what unalived Irv Gotti. What are they hiding? Now, this is the thing. Now, we all know Irv Gotti had a very bad case of diabetes, and they said that he had a stroke. Now, he admits to having very high numbers when it comes down to his sugar or insulin levels or whatever. But now they're saying, like, conspiracy theories, bro. Conspiracy theories, bro. They're saying 50 Cent has something to do with the death of, the unaliving of Irv Gotti because of, he passed away on 2/25/25. Bro, that's crazy. If you put 2 times 25 is 50 plus 20, that's 50. That's crazy, but that's what we're here for. Spicy.
It's definitely not a great time for the music industry and fans, as the world has lost one of the greats in the industry, and I'm talking about Irv Gotti. And while condolence messages continue to stream in, you know what else is streaming in? Theories about what really happened to Irv.
This is why my kids get mad, because I'm be telling them, like, yo, I'm gonna live.
Right.
I'm like, yo, want me to die.
Right.
And not enjoy life. I'm gonna enjoy life and do certain.
Right.
No, Dad, but you can't do that. I'm like, guys, stop me.
All right.
Now, I know that Irv was unwell for a while and most likely passed on due to complications from his diabetes. But as usual, we had people wondering whether there may have been any foul play. And with people asking questions like, didn't he just sell his label's catalog for some outrageous number? We've even had people connecting his death to Diddy, calling it karma and stress-related for the things he did to women. And others also saying that it has something to do with 50 Cent. Something about him dying on 2/5/25 and 25 plus 25 totaling 50. It's been wild. But
See, that's crazy, bro. The internet comes up with all kind of conspiracies, bro. Bro, this is crazy. 2, 5, and 20. That's crazy.
Just get right into it. Okay, we know that Irv Gotti played a key role in hip-hop and R&B records for decades, working with artists like Ja Rule, Ashanti, and DMX, each of whom saw massive commercial success. His signature production style blended hip-hop beats with melodic hooks and influenced a wave of rap and R&B crossover hits that were inescapable from 2001 to 2004, and among them, several multi-platinum hits with artists like Ashanti, Ja Rule, and Jennifer Lopez. His production credits also extend to records by Kanye West, Memphis Bleek, Fat Joe, and Christina Milian, among many others, and he also released several albums under his own name. Unfortunately, his family confirmed the news of his death after being hospitalized, and the general assumption was that he died due to complications from his diabetes. Irv was actually pretty open with his struggles with diabetes, saying he wasn't consistent with taking his insulin, and noted that his doctors had encouraged him to change his diet, which he was struggling to do. While Irv also said that his levels had shot up, and that at some point his diabetes became uncontrollable.
All right.
You know, my diabetes, my numbers been high. So they just wanted me to. He's like, Dad, you can't do drink champs.
All right.
What it does is it starts deteriorating your body.
All right.
So.
And you good? Like, you got it under control?
No.
Oh, wow.
When my number gets too high, shot.
All right.
I told you, if you eat something and it tastes good, it's better.
Even too much fruit is sugar, depending on how the level of diabetes.
But when Irv had a stroke in August 2024 and had to use a cane, a source reported about his condition, saying, Irv has been struggling with diabetes for years, which caused him to have a minor stroke over 6 months ago. He has since changed his diet to eating more healthy. He's been successful in making a full recovery. Irv is not in a rehab facility. He is at home with his family, enjoying his life. Unfortunately, he had another stroke recently, but upon confirmation of his death, people online have been saying that this could be more than just complications caused by diabetes. And one name that has come up a lot with relation to his death is 50 Cent. Again, like I said, people were talking about Irv dying on 2/5/25 and 25 plus 25 totaling 50. And I don't know what that has to do with anything, but to some people, the death was karma for what he did to 50, or that 50 may have had something to do with his death. Now let me take you back a little bit and explain this beef with 50 Cent so you can see where people are coming from. So their dispute dates back to 1990. 1999 when a close associate of 50 Cent allegedly robbed Ja Rule in Southside Jamaica, Queens. At the time, Ja Rule was the label's leading artist at Irv's label, while 50 was just emerging in the rap scene. This incident fueled animosity, leading 50 Cent to release Your Life's on the Line in October of that year, directly targeting Ja Rule and the label. The tension then escalated in 2000 when 50 Cent and Ja Rule clashed at an Atlanta nightclub, and things intensified further in March of the same year when members of G Unit and Irv's label engaged in an altercation at the Hit Factory studio in New York. 50 Cent ended up being and following the incident, Irv Gotti and Ja Rule claimed that 50 Cent filed a protective order against them. Not long after, 50 Cent was 9 times outside his grandmother's home in Queens, and a federal investigation later suggested that Queens Lord Kenneth Supreme McGriff, who had strong ties to Irv Gotti, was involved. Actually, for those who recall, Irv's career faced some setbacks in the mid-2000s due to an FBI investigation and a raid of his label's offices into alleged ties with Supreme. And although ultimately acquitted, the case damaged the label's reputation completely. Allegedly, Irv's label orchestrated 50 Cent's attack on Supreme's behalf in retaliation for 50 mentioning Supreme in Ghetto Quran, which detailed the inner dealings of not only the Supreme team, but the underworld of New York at large. In the song, 50 Cent recalled dealing as a kid, but also described the crimes of Supreme, who ran Supreme Team. He referred to Kenneth McGriff as Preem and described him as the respected businessman, while characterizing his partner Prince as the one who got the dirty jobs done. So for a long time, people have always speculated that because of that, Supreme was the one who put the hit out on 50 when he was 9 times, and there has always also been speculation that Irv is the one who gave up 50 to Supreme. Allegedly, Irv Gotti and Supreme also made sure 50's debut album Power of the Dollar was never released, and he also lost his deal with Columbia Records after the incident. Well, even though there were no receipts to prove that Irv had anything to do with the incident involving 50 Cent, what followed after that was a long feud between him and 50 Cent. Like in 2017, 50 Cent threatened to slap Irv and exchanged jabs with him over their respective BET shows. In 2021, 50 also publicly criticized Irv for his comments about DMX's death. And in August 2024, 50 Cent mocked Irv Gotti's health struggles after reports surfaced that he suffered a stroke and was using a cane. 50 Cent also took to social media to taunt Irv, referencing a line from his 2002 hit Wanksta saying, "Damn homie, in high school you was the man homie. WTF happened to you? I want Irv to get well so he can catch my next wave." He also posted about his recent hospitalization, captioning his post, "Damn, I wanted him to see my new shoes, yo." And after the news of the death was confirmed, 50 Cent posted a photo on Instagram of himself smoking next to a grave headstone that reads RIP and added in the caption, "I'm smoking on that Gotti pack. Nah, God bless him. LOL. Well, they had beef until death did they part. But honestly, I doubt 50 had anything to do with his death. Anyway, like I mentioned, we also had people connecting Irv to Diddy, saying that stress may have contributed to his death because he knew he would be going down for Diddy-related cases. Now, I know that y'all know that Irv was hardly a saint with women, and there have been stories out there about how he really treated some of the women he worked with. I mean, he and his former artist Ashanti even had a war of words a couple of years ago after he opened up on Drink Champs about what he described as their relationship. Ashanti fired back, saying it was never that serious to her, and accused Gotti of being salty he no longer had control over her career. In fact, if you watch Ashanti's interviews about Irv, you will know exactly how she felt about him and how he treated her.
As you know, when someone is consistently saying to you, "You ain't shit for you're not even loyal, you know, I made you, I made the world want to you," you know what I'm saying? He would say, you know, he would say, you know, "You want to you because I made you look like that. I made."
Wow.
In those exact words. So
now on the Diddy connection, people pointed to an old interview Wendy Williams did with Corrine Superhead Steffens after she released her book. For those who recall, Superhead was one of the first people to expose Diddy when she talked about how Irv Gotti pretty much passed her off to Diddy because he was asking about her when they went to his party. She said in her book that there was a lot of at the party, and she and Diddy ended up hooking up. But Diddy also wanted a man involved. She then said that months later, she ended up hanging out with Exhibit, and she ran into a Diddy party again, and they noticed a lot of gay activities at the party. According to her, Diddy was on paranoid that she was going to expose their sessions. And when Superhead did her interview with Wendy, Wendy was asking all the right questions, and she kind of suggested that Irv rolled just like Diddy. In addition, back in July 2024, an unidentified woman alleged that Irv Gotti SA'd her over the course of a 2-year period between 2020 and 2022. According to the complaint, the woman first met Irv through a mutual friend at a poker game in 2020. After they met, Jane Doe alleged that Irv Gotti invited her on a vacation to St. Martin, where she alleged that Irv coerced her into having intercourse with him. Per the lawsuit, Gotti specifically threatened plaintiff that he would send her home if she did not comply with his demands. Accordingly, and due to his power and influence in the music world, she complied.
Bro, that's crazy.
Upon their return from vacation, the woman claimed she and Irv Gotti entered into a relationship which lasted until 2022. And during this time, she alleged she suffered a lot. The woman claimed that in January 2022, Irv forced her to perform oral on him in a hotel elevator in Miami. And she also claimed that later that same year, he forced her to perform oral again, this time in the back of an Uber in Atlanta. Per the lawsuit, the Jane Doe alleged that as a result of the relationship, she has suffered severe emotional and psychological harm for which she had to be committed to a psychiatric ward.
Wow.
According to the lawsuit, the plaintiff was asking for a trial by jury as well as compensatory damages. Well, Irv denied the allegations, and a rep said that he had been surrounded by strong women the entirety of his life, his mother, 5 sisters, and daughter. The rep also said that top employees at his company are women, and that his relationship with women has been characterized by mutual respect, honesty, and empathy. But people still said that there were probably more cases like those. And because Irv knew the authorities would be narrowing down on him, the stress contributed to his deteriorating health. Again, it is a bit wild to have all these Diddy connections, but it's Hollywood, guys. And in Hollywood, people always have to connect deaths to something nasty. In fact, other than what I've already mentioned, we have people on social media insisting that the family is possibly hiding the details of Irv's death. But do you also think that there's something sus going on here? Are they hiding something about the death? What are your thoughts on the Diddy and 50 Cent connections? Let me know your thoughts. And
Man, I don't think it's nothing to do with 50 or Diddy, man. Irv Gotti been really sick. He's been really sick. He talked about it on Drink Champs, bro. He said his numbers get really, really high. I think he wasn't going by what the doctor told him about his diet, bro. My father passed away on the same disease, diabetes, right? And I'll never forget, it was one day we went to my grandfather's birthday party. And my dad, he partaked in eating everything he wanted to eat that day, fellowship with the family and everything. That next day, he had a stroke, went into a coma, and never came back out. So diabetes is very, very serious, you guys. To all my diabetics, make sure you're drinking plenty of water and eating healthy like the doctor asked you to do. That diabetes ain't nothing to play with, bro. I'm trying to tell you. But on that note, I really don't think, I think it was just his sickness, bro. 50 and Diddy don't have, it's not the stress and all that, but it was his diet, bro. It was his diet. But hey, if you guys think different, let me know down in the comments below. And make sure you subscribing to the channel and hitting that like button. We're on the road to 500,000. You dig?